Welcome back, All Star Superman. We're back at it. So, getting into issues 9 and 10. Yeah, what's up with you guys? If you want to comment, subscribe, let me know any new series you want to do. Considering that we're almost at the end of this, Superman comes out in like a month. I think at the time of this, it's June 13th. So, we got a month left for Superman. I am excited. So, let's hop in. So last time after Superman was at Bizarro World in the Underverse, he escaped and now he is coming back and he landed. Folks, sorry if I startled you, as he just flies away and he's like, hope I'm not too late to repair the damage caused by that Bizarro invasion. And they're like, you don't know he got replaced. And he's like, whoa, Metropolis was repaired, but it's got crystal spires. They look like Krypton. So he is confused. And he goes back to the Daily Planet as Clark Kent. And he's like, I was trapped in my closet. Superman saved me. Thank you. And then Lois is like, oh my gosh, Superman's back. Have you seen this? And it's we see Earth's new champions. They are from Krypton, as they will explain. But yeah, they just terraformed Earth, or attempting to terraform Earth into Krypton's image. So we see them on a volcano. So they're basically just collapsing it, building tunnels around it. And they're like, we're going to make this our new Krypton. We got new powers when coming here. This is awesome. We're going to get rid of that stupid Metropolis and all those apes there. See, they say humans as lesser beings. So Superman walks up and he's like, yo, what's up? I'm Superman. You guys are Bar-El and Lilo. They told me about you. First astronauts from planet Krypton, drifted lost in space for decades. I'm from Krypton too. I can't believe I'm meeting you guys. This is cool. And he's like, get out of my face. I don't know you. Don't come at me, son. You call yourself Superman? Huh? I don't even know why you came back. What? This planet's ours now. And he's like, whoa, what? He's like, what the heck? I was raised on this planet. This is my home. Krypton is gone. I'm Kal-El, son of Jor-El, from the House of El. You're also from my house. And they're like, oh yeah, we know your dad. That guy was an idiot. Anyways, he thought the planet would explode. So, yeah, what a loser. Anyways, the planet exploded while we were gone. We're going to build a new Krypton here, though, because it exploded. You're a failure for not doing that. And he's like, that sucks. So he flies back with them and he sees that they took his fortress. And they're like, yeah, you shouldn't have left your key laying around. Of course, the only people that can lift his key is the people that are as strong as Superman, which, to be fair, is a lot of people, right? Like, I feel like a good chunk of people could lift Superman's key and just use it. Like, I don't know. I'm not going to get into that. But, yeah, they go in there, and Superman sees, like, the condition of the place sucks. These robots are dying and stuff. He's like, you got rid of all my stuff, my statues of my parents. And he's like, yeah, we don't really celebrate, we celebrate life on Krypton, not death. So they're like, Lilo, to be fair, is like, by the way, you have a bunch of people in this glass home. They're from Kandor, our city. This is terrible. This is a disgrace. He's like, you spent so much time leaving them here and you didn't even figure a way to save them. He's like, no, a Brainiac put them there. I've been trying to find out how to restore them. And he's like, you suck. You lack ambition. We will make Krypton come back again on this planet. And then Bar-El is like, our planet was devastated, yet you preserve most of our people in a glass little case and inside of the Phantom Zone. These people in the Phantom Zone are better than any of your great human apes. You should be ashamed. And Superman's like, well, you don't see it the way I see it. I was raised here. I was hoping you could replace me, but I don't think you have the best interests of this planet at heart. And then Bar-El's like, oh, like you puffing your chest at me, big dog? You want to fight? Like, you betrayed your heritage. You went native. You left us. And then he just punches Superman, and Superman just takes it. Superman doesn't even fight back, which when I first read it, I was like, dang, that guy just beat up Superman. But I think Superman just did it because he's like, I'm not gonna fight to. I'm not trying to prove a point by fighting. I'm trying to win the intellectual battle. So, but yeah, Bar-El's like, you won't stand in the way of progress. You know what I see when I look at you, Sonny? A soft wee sun scientist. And they just pick him up, throw him into the moon. They crack the moon. Very important. They crack the moon and then throw him back down. And Superman's like, oh my God, you broke the moon. What are you doing? And then Bar-El and Loli pick up this Golden Gate Bridge and just, or not even the Golden Gate Bridge, multiple bridges, and just they stitch back the moon. Then we cut to Jimmy. Oh my goodness. Jimmy Olsen. By the way, let's just I'll leave that in. Let's just cut the Superman trailers. Superman marketing has been going crazy. I mean, the popcorn buckets are cool. I'm a big fan of the popcorn buckets. The Galactus one for Fantastic Four is awesome, but I'll never get that. But the Superman one, Crypto Superdog Bowl, awesome. All the trailers and stuff, all the TV commercials that they've been doing, mixing with other companies, the clothing, oh, so good. I gotta buy a Superman hat before it comes out. Amazing. This movie is gonna be amazing, and I'm a Green Lantern fan. Always been, always will be. Oh, so good. Anyways, sorry that little blurb there. Jimmy Olsen's like, after 2 whole months of listening to him talk about how amazing Krypton was, I caved in, so I started wearing Krypton clothes. I almost said Kryptonite clothes. Krypton clothes. He's like, I'm an expert in all the styles. Superman is still there. As Clark, Lombard comes over and messes with him again, sets his coat on fire, and then he heats his hair up, heats Lombard's hair up, and burns off his toupee. And then Bar-El and Lilo come over, and they're like, what are you doing, Superman? Pretending to be a human? He's like, this is where you hide out? Like, you're a disgrace. You live with them. The people in the Daily Planet are like, no idea what's going on. But Clark slowly gets out of there. And then we see Lilo just kind of collapse onto the ground. And then Bar-El smashes down too. But he catches Lilo before she hits the ground, and Lilo's like, oh my goodness, like I can't see. And then Clark explains, he's like, as far as I can guess, you passed through a certain radioactive cloud in space which caused the minerals in your bodies to turn into kryptonite. It can't kill me anymore, but it was weakening me. But for you, your own bodies are poisoning you, Bar-El. And Bar-El's like, what? Like, we came so far together. And he's like, let me help you. Like, I'm supposed to, I can help you. I'm a person. That's what I do, is I help people. And Bar-El's like, we don't need you. We should be among our own people. And then they both become blind. And honestly, that is one of the most terrifying. Like, those last two panels on the bottom. Oh my gosh. So horrifying and morbid. Not because of the visuals, just because of the implication.
Because of the implication.
Oh. So Superman takes them back to his Fortress of Solitude, sets them up, and they can communicate with their brains through this little cloud device. Basically, they're like, after all I've done, you still show me kindness, Superman? And Superman's like, yes. My Earth parents taught me respect for my elders. They're not all barbarians, Bar-El. In contrast, in the movie, he says something similar where his parents have taught him forgiveness. I honestly like that line a lot more.
I've done what I can to make her comfortable, but I can't neutralize the kryptonite in your bodies. Not in time.
After everything we've done, you still show us kindness.
My Earth parents taught me forgiveness. Humanity has a lot to teach us.
But Bar-El's like, thank you. I'm proud to call you my kin. Krypton's great heart lives on in you, Superman. Clark's like, you're right about one thing. I am a scientist, son. It's in my nature to observe and learn and not interfere so much. I could have done more, but I can't change that right now. So he's like, we don't have much time. Am I allowed to do this one thing? I'm not going to make the choice for you. It has to be you guys who make the choice. to put your bodies into the Phantom Zone. And Bar-El's like, put my hand in hers where it belongs, Kal-El. Another big adventure. We will go together. And then they both go to the Phantom Zone. We don't see them anymore in this comic, but they look healthy and stuff at the very end of this. In the movie, they kind of are healed also, but they just kind of live there. The Phantom Zone, it won't affect them. No time there. They'll be good. So Superman promises that he'll try to find a way to restore them both. But he's like, now, at least there'll be some law and order in the Phantom Zone at last. Which brings us into issue 10, The Last Will and Testament of Superman. So, hopping in. Superman, oh my God, this is what Superman is! Anybody who hates Superman, I didn't used to be a Superman hater. I just used to be one of those people. This when I was younger. Is like, I mean, I'm still young. I got off track. I used to be one of those people that's like, Superman is boring because he's just all powerful. No, he's not human. Nobody can just beat him up, blah, blah, blah. I'm sure his stories are trash. I never read any of them. But, oh my God, am I wrong? He's one of the most human people ever. I mean, he is the embodiment of what a hero and a good person is and what like a morally good person should be. He's saving a school bus. He's going to visit sick kids. Oh, it's so good. I love Superman. Now we have Superman recording his last will and his last testament. He says there's so little time left now. The end is getting closer and there are still so many things I've yet to achieve. The time traveler Samson told me I'd have to complete 12 legendary super challenges before my death. I would answer the unanswerable question, overcome the tyrant sun, Solaris, even create life. Each challenge, of course, brings me closer to my death, and by my reckoning, I've accomplished 7 so far. I have no time to lose. So we cut and we see the bottle city of Kandor. Basically, Superman is sending an ambassador down to meet inside of Kandor. So they're all getting excited and ready for it. And we see that who Superman is sending to talk is Mr. Quinton. So Superman's like, Van Z, the ambassador, just signaled that they're almost ready for you. I just gotta shrink you down with Brainiac's shrinking ray, and we're all good. Superman gives him a cane, and he's like, the gravitational pull in Kandor will feel 8 times stronger than Earth's, and the atmosphere is much thinner. You will need this. And then he wishes him good luck and puts him in there. So they're meeting to bring up the Kandor citizens back to normal size. Quintum says, Superman, Kal-El, asked me to apply some thought to this ongoing failure to deminiaturize Kandor's citizens. If you'll hear me out, I may have a simple solution for your predicament. And then Superman talks more. So when I'm gone, when I'm not around anymore to protect them from the mad scientists, monsters, and themselves, can they survive their own self-destructive urges? There's only one way to study a world without Superman. I had to make one. Deep in the tangled brayer of gas clusters that forms the barely beating heart of the sickly infant universe of Gweg, I found a promising speck of grit. I applied nano-optical transfusion of pure solar energy, Earth Q, breathed in. There on those hostile shores of infinitesimal oceans, life seized its moment. So Superman created life. He just wanted to see a world without him, without Superman, to see how they would react. So it was cool. Then we cut to Superman saving another day. A train gets derailed. Apparently a giant robot is here. As the construction crew talks, he tore apart looking for this, just dropped it when that reporter got in his way. It looks like some time capsule. 2312 says the date. A time capsule from the future buried in the past. And then Superman's like, well, I can't look in this. This is lead, but I will be back. So hold this. And he flies up and sees that Lois is captured by this robot, and he just busts through this robot's skull, which is piloted by a man. But Lois is like, this guy's on a chase for Luthor. It's not worth it. This guy has Alzheimer's. And then Lois goes on, Don't fly away, Superman. You do realize I ran straight into a Mecha Man's warpath because it was the easiest way to get your attention. What does that say about how much we need to talk? Why don't you want to talk to me, Superman? And he's like, when I'm done, we'll talk about everything. Like, don't worry about it. And she's like, I know that you're dying. Quintum told me. And then Superman's like, what the hell? Quentin's like, yeah, I'm sorry. It just slipped out. Just felt wrong that you didn't tell her. But Lois is like, you'll be safe. It's okay. And then Superman, this is the present. As she spoke, I watched 35,000 dead skin cells scatter like confetti, like promises, like the dust of dead stars. And he tells her, our biology is incompatible. We can never have children. We can never have more than this. And then he hears somebody attempting to commit suicide, and he's like, I have to go, Lois. Somebody else needs me. And then he saves Reagan. This is what Superman is. I hope that they do this in the movie. I hope they do something similar like this, because amazing. It's just he's a friend. What's that one Christopher Reeves clip? He's a friend to everybody. Oh my God, Superman is so good.
This appeal that Superman has, that's more than just a cartoon character. Philosophically, what does Superman represent to people?
A friend, and that's what people really need most.
So we cut back to Kandor with Quintum. They have the debate of what they should do. If they become giant again, they'll get the powers of Superman, but they'll lose the entire purpose of what they are. And then the other argument is like, we will be Superman. So like, do we have an obligation? Are we confusing matters of pride with matters of scale? Like, what do we do? And then another group comes in. They're like, we understand Superman's life's in jeopardy. 5 of us of the Kandor Emergency Corps have a plan to save him. Some of this doesn't even matter. Will you help us as you once did, Van Zee? And then we cut to Superman. Superman says, finally replace the last of Earth's bridges. And then we see Earth Q is developing slowly. They're building, they went from caveman drawings to building sculptures. And Superman is seeing that his cells are still exploding. And then he visits Lex Luthor. He tells Lex, you won. I'm dying. The world is yours at least for 3 weeks you have left before they execute you. 3 weeks, Lex. I challenge you. All those things that you always said that you could have done to benefit humanity if I haven't been in your way, do it. It's not too late to put that brilliant mind to work. There's good in you, Lex. And then Lex just spits at his face. So Lex will never do anything good because of Superman. Oh, Lex's ego too much in the way. Then we cut to Superman. He went back to the Fortress of Solitude and opens up the lead box. And we see that's a little thing from Superman in the future. He no talk no good. Greeting Superman at the 21st century. I don't know how to talk English. I Rumac 2 scientist at the 24th century. I can't understand that. But basically he gives Superman a warning. A solar intelligence warning. And then Superman's like, my 8th challenge is on its way. Almost completed my new costume. So Superman meets up with Quintum, and to the proud survivors of Kandor, my kin, I have a 3rd golden age, a 3rd solution to our problem. Here on Mars, they're as powerful as I am, still far enough away from human culture to allay the fears of Counselor Zora and others like her. Why didn't I trust them enough to ever think of this? And then Quintum's like, we have a lot to learn from them. Like, they survived and kept their culture free to breathe and expand. And then Superman's like, I can see something destroying Metropolis. I gotta go. But before I do, I'd like to think I'm a better judge of character. I've copied the entire 8 billion letter sequence into a book and the instructions of how to combine human and Kryptonian strands together. This is how much I trust you, Leo. Here you go. And then we do get to see Earth Q. A man is writing down, behold, I teach you the Superman. And then we cut to the rescue force from Kandor. They basically just tell Superman that they're not fast enough. They can't save anybody. Or they can't save him from his white blood cells dying. And Superman's like, it's okay. I understand. You helping me made me feel really good. I only need your help long enough to accomplish today's task. I honestly didn't think you'd be able to save me, but you can save humans. So Superman comes back to that child's hospital at the beginning, and he basically is like, I'm letting you know, little kids, I won't be able to make it next week, but you will be able to go back home. And he lets the Kandor Force go. Then we take another look at Earth Q, and we see that the person on Earth Q is drawing Superman. Superman is never ending, constant on every world. And then Superman says to Clark Kent, the mild-mannered reporter who never let me forget how it feels to be a downtrodden ordinary man, I leave the headline of the century to you. Superman dead. So that beginning newspaper that we saw whenever he's with Solomon, he wrote it for himself so that to paste and print out right before he dies. But that concludes issue 10. We have one more episode, whatever. Too much into the video game ones. We only got one more little thing left and we're done. So thank you for listening to this one. Next time we'll do 11 and 12 and we'll be done. So thank you. Comment, subscribe. Let me know what's going on. Peace out.